On record and starting live stream.
Hey, back as you wait, please. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Welcome everyone to the which one do we have here? It's the 20th Kids Knowledge Seekers Workshop at the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. And we'll start the workshop with the promotional video with the English subtitles. Go ahead, Katie.
Where does humanity go from here? What have we tried to do? What if there is more, much more? The Keshe Foundation is proud to announce a new way to bring humanity forward through technology that brings humanity in line with the natural operation of the planet and universe itself. The new science and technology discovered and developed by the nuclear engineer Moran Keshe centers upon the use and control of magnetical gravitational fields. This new body of knowledge opens the road to hundreds of potential applications, which offer solutions to most of the fundamental problems of the world, such as water, food, environmental contamination, and shortages of energy. The Keshe Foundation is proud to unveil the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Nestled amidst the beautiful shores of Bari, Italy, the Institute is poised to become a central hub in the spreading of plasma technology and knowledge. With its state-of-the-art 21st century facilities, the Institute will be able to provide students and staff an immersive way to learn the plasma technology, to be the leaders of the new generation of scientists and plasma engineers. The Keshe Foundation has opened the door to the world for peaceful usage of technology that is independent of the limited resources that are available on Earth. This is an understanding of how everything works together in harmony in our universe, and it applies to everything from the smallest to the biggest, from atoms to galaxies. We all are able to collectively work together in pursuit of knowledge, innovation, and solutions for our society. This learning environment is new to the world, where there will be no test to confirm your understanding. The knowledge of everyone will be respected and allowed to flourish in a nurturing environment. Hands-on testing and experimenting will be widely used in conjunction with roundtable discussions to bring all opinions and knowledge forward. Students will be introduced to a change in the ethos of working in collaboration. Students will experience firsthand how we share knowledge in a free and open manner. Graduating students are expected to share the knowledge they gain from the university within their respective communities and nations. All formal teachings, lectures, and presentations will be in the English language, with technology available for immediate translation. Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will be offering 3-year executive master programs for undergraduate degree students and 1-year executive master programs for graduate degree students in the following fields: space transportation, new plasma technology, health, agriculture, materials, energy. The health section is designed to make students able to live in space without the need to return to Earth. To this end, the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute has found processes for many diseases including ALS, cancer, coma, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis. Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will offer online teaching courses which will enable anyone, anywhere around the world to enroll and increase their knowledge and understanding. Students will have the opportunity to direct their work towards commercial spin-offs and seek funding through the help of the Keshe Foundation. The access to the new science and new technologies is openly available for peaceful use to the benefit of mankind to make a better world today. Now you can be part of the changing world and the new knowledge. All commercial spin-offs are intended to be open source and patent-free. This is part of the core ethos of the Keshe Foundation and the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will have its official inauguration on April 21st, 2015, with courses commencing soon after on May 4th, 2015. The students of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will be the leaders of the future who will make changes in all areas of space technology, science, medicine, agriculture, and energy. Anyone is able to apply, but acceptance is through invitation only. No prerequisites are required. We will be accepting approximately 250 students for the 3-year Executive Master's Program and 120 students for the 1-year Executive Master's Program. We welcome humanity's participation in the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Where does humanity go from here? That is up to you. Apply today.
Okay, that's the promotional video for the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. And,
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Mr. Keshe. Yes.
Hello. Today.
You're just on time, of course.
No, we're just standing off picture. You go to the center. All the best. See you. They're coming up. Excuse me, Armand. Do you have the address where to go? Yeah, he's invited everybody, but he hasn't given address to nobody. Hello, good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome to the children's program. Do we have Kevin Davina to tell us what he wants to talk about today?
Hi, Mr. Keshe. Hello.
Hi, Davina.
Mr. Keshe, I thought it was really important what you explained today, so that we finally all together leave the state of schizophrenic state of mind about matter, GANs, and plasma, and how the fields interact, how they become, how they tighten up, how they interact, the magnetical and gravitational. That thing that you said is so fundamental to understand in order to, get on with this knowledge. Is it possible that you can explain that in a way kids also can understand?
First of all, I have a good news for you. We are opening the Children's School of the Keshe Foundation in September, October of this year. So we will have children classes that the knowledge is transferred by the knowledge seekers who can teach children here in Italy.
Fantastic.
So you can have live teaching sessions in a classroom, and hopefully we do exactly what is done in Australia. We are deciding how we're going to do it, but mainly the structure is set by Giovanni and Caroline, and we have 2 or 3 children, hopefully, that will be the students in the classroom, and they'll be taught the ethos of the Keshe Foundation, which is through the physics and understanding of the plasma. So we are not accepting children from different countries to come here to be a student. Children should be with their parents and not for the sake of knowledge exile. So what we decided to do and what we explained to do to the adults, somebody is whistling, whispering. What was it? Armand was on the phone. Ah, okay. Now, the whole thing is that what we have in our lives, we are used to, is a matter state. We have everything we see in a way we tangibly touch. We call it matter. And this matter is made of, doesn't matter what it is, a plant, a globe, plastic, made of structure which is little balls tightly packed together. These are tightly packed, what I call plasmas, but you have to understand in every meter, if I can get this about the meter, is that many of these little things more or less next to each other. We call them a matter state. But what we do, we have found a way that instead of them being packed together, we allow them to open up, and we have more or less, if it was hydrogen, half of it, because the other half, they need about the same gap open. Here is 10 to the power of 9. Here is the power of 4.5, maybe 5. Because now these are like magnets. Magnets, when you put magnets next to each other, they need a distance. These are exactly like this, next to each other, one next to the other. But when you put them together, if you have, you see they can't stick together in one way or another. They create a gap. So there is a distance between them. So this distance allows these, I'll take these away from here that you don't make a mistake. I'll put it here. These are that many atoms. We call it 10 to the power of 9. That's what is called nano. It means you have single atom separated from each other in a nano state. So now, if you heat it, or if you put a current into it, these single things which were packed together now become separated and become like this. But if you give them another condition, that you put them in a salt, for example, salt water, now the wire is still there, but now they go free walking. They are not attached to the bar, because don't forget here, they're all attached to the metal. So now what you have is a free plasma. They're free, they can float anywhere, and this is what you see. We have a wire. This is a wire, a copper wire. We treated it to make it single atoms. It becomes black like this. Now, those little balls are exactly what you see there on it. When you see them black, it's at least about 30,000 layer of them on top of each other. And then this is the top line, this is the second line. And then when we put them to salt water, they become this color. This is called copper oxide gas material. So now you are what I call, for you to understand better, you are in a green state. Now you're free. We collect you. We can collect it as a liquid. So when we do this, now you're in a bottle. Don't forget, when you're in this state, every single one of these is exactly like a sun. Radiates continuously energy out. Continuous flow of energy. Non-stop flow of energy. So now you have the GANs. Now the GANs means actually the sun, a free sun. But because it is so small, we can put a lot of them in it, in a bottle. So when you look at this thing here, as a GANs is billions of the suns, but in a small packages. It's like children and the adults. These are the children and the babies. So what we do now, we learned, is when we put them in there, we put them in a sphere like a sun, and we rotate them, they release their energy. These little packs here, now because the sun they radiate, they release their energy as a magnetic field. And then if we can collect these energies the way we want, we can have an energy of, let's say, sweet, we can have an energy of a car, or we can energy of a banana. Because now it's free, we can make anything we like from it, even though it started from a copper wire. It became a nano of a copper wire, and then it became a GaNs of it. Now it's a free. So now we can return it back to whatever state of matter we like it to be, because now it's free. It's like when you make a dough. You have a flour, you decide if it's going to be a bread, a cake, a muffin, or whatever you like. Because now is in its fundamental free structure. So if you understand, we came down from this to this. We managed to gather it, and then we come back to the matter. The cycle of creation is complete. Now, here you had no say in what it would be, because it was only copper. When you transfer it to this, you can have anything, any matter, state of energy, food, material, motion, whatever you need, you can use it for. And this is what we've been teaching for all this time. The cycle of life, but in the universal condition, not in the life of the man. So, if that makes sense to you, if you understand it, you understand everything to do with plasma technology. You are more plasmatically scientists than the professors in universities. Because for them to understand this, it's a big problem. Very big problem. Hello. Welcome. Come in. Don't hide. Join in. Yes. Nice to meet you. Join in. So now you see how things are. And now you see how the progress of knowledge and science, we used to heat this up, manipulate it, make wires, make cups and plates from it. Now the knowledge has come to the level that you don't need to manipulate it and only have a plate and copper plate or copper fork and knife or copper toy. Now you can change it and make whatever you like out of it. Even if you want to make a plastic toy, if you can convert the energy to plastic level, you have plastic. You want to make bread out of it, you can, because if you put the knowledge right how to package it, it'll turn out what to be. In a way, with the plasma technology, we free man from the shackle of the matter state. So you're free. You can make anything you like, any position in the universe. You go to Mars, you want to have a wooden toy, you have a copper wire, or you have a plasma, you understand how to make wood, you can make a wooden toy. The knowledge is so simple that the new generation of the children will swim in it like a fish, and the old have to fight against it because it means they cannot swim. That's the biggest difference in the new knowledge. Because we've been too much attached to one status, we can't accept that we can have everything we want. Is that good enough for you, Mr. Kevin Davina?
Yes.
Do I get my master's?
At least, yeah. Mr. Keshe, is it possible to, with that same energy and the same materials, talking about the beads and the small reactors, could it be? Is it in any way possible to make a skateboard hover?
Yes.
if I take the base reactors and I put the beads around the skateboard, could that somehow well, create, people would call it levitation?
Are you using your brain as the fourth reactor?
Why not? Yeah.
Now you got the message.
Now, could you go more specific?
Listen, this is your core base reactor on a skateboard, and this is you. I've seen you. You're very slim. You don't feed yourself good enough, and you have a brain there. So if you decide to lift, you can lift up. Is that what you wanted to know?
Yeah. So I wouldn't need any beads actually. So
your brain is a bead. I don't know how you got your doctorate, but good to know at least you can
well, I
use
got in a totally different field, but but you know, it's a totally different copy and paste.
Which part of the bead did you use for it? So you can do. This is one of the things you can do. It's not a magic anymore. You'll find out a lot of children will come up with a lot of toys. I've seen in the background there are people who are playing with this. I tell you something. Today, if you were listening, children have a very big problem. I have a big problem. Forget about the children because I love toys. I was brought up to make my own toys, and I adore toys. Toys are the two things in life worth living for. One is the toy, and one is a cartoon. And then, if you like, you can play football. But the biggest problem with toys is, especially now, is these stupid batteries. You run out of battery, fun is over. And now, especially 9-volt batteries, we listen to what these guys told us today. Get a small nanowire and test this. See if it works. Battery forever. Anybody wants to try? I asked to test something, and it says, it tells you, put a battery inside the GANs and put the GANs inside the battery. Now start running. And then now, if I know I get home, I get a call from Alex. It happened. Now you put a wire on top of it. I don't know. I know what's going to happen, but you're going to tell me exactly what's going to happen. Do you know in Africa, there are a lot of batteries people can't use anymore? They repair and repair and repair. Now you can go any broken battery with a wire on it, put some GANs at the bottom of it, not even an acid, or if it's got acid, put some GANs on top of it. Acid doesn't touch certain gases, but it releases their energy. I've tried it. I've taken a battery acid trying to dissolve CO2. So maybe we can try. We don't need to charge a battery anymore. And understand is not, as I explained, this material is twisted. It's exactly like adults will understand more, maybe. It's a vortex. It's what they try to achieve in tokamak. You rotate. If you wind this correctly, you see a lot of benefits with it. So the energy will flow up and it feeds your motor. I want to know and check it tonight. See if I can run that little helicopter and not sit there and wait it to be charged up. But there is another way to do it. You have these little batteries, which has got only one little bit on top. No problem. You put one little on the top And you know they always have a spring at the bottom. Nano coat the spring. Ever Ready bankrupt. You know Ever Ready? Ever Ready batteries? They're South African. They tried to buy the technology and hide the technology. They flew in from South Africa. The battery energy side. But they're in the windmills as well. They're more interested in that. So now, would this create a condition of flow in your, but there's a problem. If you have a zinc-coated extension at the end of your spring, you stand a good chance. If it's a metal, it's very difficult. But still, there is a way to do it. Nano coat the wire and twist it around the spring. You still get the same. I've tried this. It's amazing how it works. Don't forget, when you come to the other lab, I'll show you. For years, I've played with this thing. If you remember, years ago, even last year, I used to show a torch with the nano wires. And the nano wires, if you looked in the body, they were twisted. It has a central column, and the twist was on it. And if you put so many wires after each other, you create a current flow, 1.2 millivolts plus 0.002 milliamps. And then you add pieces together. You can have a torch which runs on its own. I have 2 or 3. So now you see how simple life is becoming. Because you can gather, understand why, where the energy comes. The blackness is, as you saw those layers we made, they are little gap creators. And the energy which comes from here, it goes and gets stored in the layers till you need it, and then it flows. The direction of the flow of the motor of the car shows which way you want to use it. So, no more need for batteries, rechargeable. Or you can make yourself a much easier, better battery. I've said this before. Just place the battery inside the plastic casing of the GaNs material. The energy of the GaNs will flow through the charger and it uses it without a need for the flow of absorbing through nanolayer. So all you need to do, you need to introduce the GaNs inside the layer. It's a reserve tank of energies, and your acid inside will go. Any other question?
Yeah, Mr. Keshe, I was going to ask you about the quality of the nano coating procedure, because I've done it now numerous times, and like, okay, for example, like
our senior nanotechnology scientist has disappeared. He just left.
Armin, oh, okay, or
okay, I'll tell you what I've done for years. The secret of making a perfect nano material is patience. If you don't have patience, you get a black thing, but you don't get such a good result. What the way to make a GaNs is you take your wire, the best way to do, get a Coca-Cola bottle. make a hole in it, get the wire you want to nano coat, strip the bottom, strip the top, and then put caustic in the cola bottle, a little bit of hot water, go for a long, long drink of a week. A long time. And then what you get is Coca-Cola bottle glued there, you see it, and you see a perfect coating. Absolute perfect coating. You cannot find any connection, and you can use it very easily. When you do a rush job in nano coating, you get weakness flow. What you can do, but don't forget, the same as the battery, you have to show them the direction of flow. So when you put a few up, when you connected it, you just with a voltmeter or just a wire, touch the ends together, that you create a current flow. You show the way, the direction you want the nanomaterial to grow. And the more you do it, the thicker layer. And then if you do it very, very right, you find out some of the plastic will change in some of the coating. You change the CH bond to the carbon addition to the top. So you get a specific composite, which is actually is a copper carbon oxide. And this has a bluish black color, which is very, very, very nice. And it's a huge advantage in electronics. And especially if you want to charge a battery. It's a blue-black. It's not just a black. So, any other question, or can we go home now?
One last question. How many layers are we talking about? I mean, is that like 100,000 of layers or 30,000?
Oh, I've never counted. If you want, I'll do it tonight for you. But to do it according to the scientific research papers, to have a perfect black, you're talking about 30 to 50,000 layers. But don't forget, after that, it's very hard because the gap between the copper and the layer becomes too distant. It cannot hold. It becomes powderish. If you want to create a powderish GaNs, you can do it. We do it for nuclear reactors. Copper nuclear reactors like the one, the copper one for energy, it's taken 2 months to coat it. And when you look at it, you see it's like a sponge. The GaNs is a sponge color. You need it because it cuts into the plasma. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Keshe.
We'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice time. And we'll see what we can do. Thank you, Rick. Thanks,
Thank you once again, Mr. Keshe. Excellent.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening.
Same to you. Vince, are we going to talk?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're awake.
Let me end the recording here.
Okay, good morning. I'll call you later on from the center. Thank you very much.
Okay, and that's the end of the Tuesday, July 21st afternoon teaching of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. And that was the 20th Kids Knowledge Seekers Workshop. Thank you, everybody, for attending.